Picture a winter siege, castle walls, grey skies, and soldiers shivering in muddy trenches. Victory isn't just about breaking walls, it's about outlasting hunger and cold. Survival hinges on humble rations, not feasts, foods packed for endurance, not luxury. Medieval warriors mastered preservation, drying, salting, fermenting, methods that kept food edible for months. These 7 peasant foods, dismissed for centuries, hold survival secrets modern science is only now rediscovering. Each is a testament to resourcefulness and the will to endure. This is where the warpath meets the wilderness. On the frontier, every ounce matters. Enter pemmican, the original survival bar. Indigenous North Americans perfected it. Lean-dried meat, rendered fat, and sometimes berries. The process? Dry meat until brittle, pound it to powder, then mix with hot, rendered fat. This creates a dense, oxygen-free block that resists spoilage for years. Berries add vitamin C and antioxidants, fighting scurvy and preserving the fat. Pemmican is pure fuel, calorie-dense, protein-rich and portable. No cooking needed, it won't freeze, and a handful can sustain you all day. For scouts and explorers, it was more valuable than gold, a difference between survival and death. It's a lesson in efficiency. Use every part. Let nature do the work. Pemmican fueled expeditions, armies, and survival in the harshest conditions. It's the raw truth of survival. Fat is fuel, protein is power, and preservation is life. This ancient bar is still a model for modern survival food. In the wild, pemmican is uncompromising, efficient, and enduring. It's not just food, it's a survival strategy. The next time you pack for the unknown, remember pemmican's lesson. Simplicity, science, and tradition. Blended for survival. That's the ultimate bar. Hardtack, also called ship's biscuit or molar breaker, was the backbone of military rations for centuries. Just flour, water, and salt, baked until every drop of moisture is gone. No yeast, no oil, nothing to spoil. Twice baked, sometimes more, it became nearly indestructible. Hardtack could last decades. Soldiers ate biscuits older than themselves. It wasn't about taste. It was about survival. Dry, dense, and immune to rot, it was soaked in coffee or soup to eat. Soldiers even fried it in fat for a meal called skilly gali. The secret? Dehydration, no water, no bacteria, no mold. Hardtack was a portable, reliable source of energy when fresh food was impossible. For armies under siege, it was a lifeline. In survival, the simplest solutions endure. Hardtack is proof. Sometimes the best food is the one that refuses to die. It's a masterclass in preservation. Grain turned to stone, yet still edible. In a world without supermarkets, hardtack is a game changer. Survival isn't glamorous, it's effective. In medieval times, water was often deadly, contaminated and full of disease. The solution? Beer and ale. Brewing boiled the water, killing pathogens before anyone knew what germs were. Hops added later acted as natural preservatives. Soldiers drank small beer, low alcohol, high nutrition, and safe hydration. It was liquid bread calories, B vitamins, and minerals in every ration. Armies needed barrels of it, as vital as weapons. Ale kept soldiers healthy, energized, and ready for battle. It filled nutritional gaps left by hardtack and salted meat. For medieval warriors, beer was medicine, food, and water in one. Ancient wisdom. When water is risky, let nature ferment a safer drink. Survival sometimes means drinking smart. Preserved fish was the protein lifeline for armies and coastal communities. Drying and salting turned fresh catch into long-lasting rations. In cold climates, fish like cod were air-dried into stockfish, light, hard, and nearly immortal. In warmer regions, fish were salted, drawing out moisture and killing bacteria. The result, dense, nutritious, and packed with protein and omega-3s. Barrels of salted herring or stockfish could feed soldiers for weeks. No refrigeration needed, just keep it dry. On campaign, a chunk of dried fish was muscle-repairing, brain-fueling sustenance. This ancient tech connected coast to interior, fisherman to soldier. Preserved fish made survival possible where farming failed. With just wind, sun and salt, the sea's bounty became a foundation of endurance. It's a lesson in turning abundance into security. The sea's protein preserved, fueled nations. When winter stripped the land bare, survival moved underground, to root cellars. Root vegetables, turnips, carrots, onions were the unsung heroes of the medieval diet. Designed by nature to store energy, they're packed with carbs, vitamins and minerals. Their skins and low water content made them naturally resistant to decay. Stored in cool, dark cellars, they lasted for months, nature's own preservation. For besieged castles or remote villages, root cellars were as vital as armories. Onions even offered antibacterial benefits, doubling as food and medicine. Sacks of roots turned bland meals into nutritious stews, keeping communities healthy. The lesson resilience is often hidden just beneath our feet. Root vegetables are quiet, steadfast survivalists. In the war against hunger, they're the last line of defense. Most medieval bread wasn't white and fluffy. It was dark, dense, and made from rye or barley. These grains thrived where wheat failed, making them the backbone of peasant and soldier diets. Rye and barley bread was high in fibre, filling and slow to digest, perfect for hard labour and long marches. Its dense texture and slight sourness meant it resisted mould and lasted longer than wheat bread. Armies relied on it for compact, enduring energy. Paired with cheese, it was a balanced, portable meal. This inferior bread was actually a nutritional powerhouse. It kept communities and armies going when luxury foods ran out. The story of rye and barley bread is about making the most of tough conditions. In survival, resilience beats refinement. The dark loaf is a symbol of strength and endurance. Sometimes the food of necessity is the food of victory. Milk spoils fast, but cheese turns it into a survival superfood. Hard cheese made by curdling, pressing, salting and aging was a medieval game-changer. Each step removed water and blocked spoilage, creating a dense, portable block of nutrition. Hard cheeses are rich in protein, fat and calcium, vital for energy and bone health. A wheel of cheese could travel for weeks, protected by its own rind. No cooking needed, just slice and eat on the march. Monasteries perfected cheese, making it a staple for armies and communities. Cheese was the original MRE, ready to eat, long-lasting and packed with fuel. It's a triumph of ancient food science, turning perishables into power. Cheese is more than food, it's survival preserved. In the wild, a chunk of cheese is a meal and a miracle. From pemmican to hardtack, ale to cheese, these foods are ancient solutions to timeless problems. They fueled armies, sustained communities, and pushed explorers to new frontiers. Each is a lesson in chemistry, biology, and logistics, written in the rations of survivors. The world changes, but survival principles endure. If you value these stories, like and share this video. The skills of the past are tools for our future. Subscribe to Warpath and Wilderness for more lessons where history meets survival. Don't miss the next expedition. Subscribe now.